Joining me now on this episode of Locally Sourced EP is Miss Lauren Falco, Marketing Manager with El Paso Live and El Paso Water Parks. Miss Falco, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
Oh no, I appreciate you coming on. I know I'm just so happy I got to get you on because I'm so excited about, like all how El Paso's got all the water parks going. I know we're getting close to the end of the season, but I wanted to talk about it because I know there's stuff coming up for next season. But I mean, talk a little bit about the El Paso water parks and I believe there's 4 of them, right?
Yeah, so there's 4 separate water parks. Obviously, they were built kind of pre-pandemic, and then they finished in the middle of the pandemic. Obviously, they didn't open, and so a while back, I think it was back in December, Destination El Paso ended up taking on the role of like management for the water parks. And the 4 water parks, I mean, mind you, this is something that we had never done before. It was like a brand new challenge. Like we do events, we do venue stuff, but like water parks are a whole nother entity. It's a whole nother challenge. So yeah, we decided to go kind of full force into it. And honestly, it's been hard, but it's been really fun to kind of learn everything about it. We have 4 total, and each is like individually themed. I personally love, there is one that's a fiesta, like Day of the Dead theme, down the lower valley. It's probably my favorite, just like in terms of how it looks, but all of them offer like really cool stuff and things that are kind of unique to, I guess, those communities, things that were never really a part of those communities before.
Yeah, I mean, I live out in the Northeast, and I'll be honest, I've only seen the one at Camp Cohen, and it looks really cool. I know this past earlier in the summer, I know one of the high schools had rented it out, and it just looks cool at night too, with all the lights and everything like that. And ever since you guys have opened up, I've seen, like, I have a few friends that are in media that have shot video and photos. It just looks like so much fun. And can you talk a little bit about the hours and, if any cost goes into it? I mean, what's all the little, what's everything going on with them?
Sure. So the cost is fairly, it changes a little bit over the season, but essentially across the board, it's always $12 for 48 inches and above. And then I believe it's $10 for 48 below, so, or under 48. So that kind of stays the same the entire season, but we also have twilight hours, which are like 3 to 6 p.m. during the week. We do like discounted tickets, like $6 tickets. And then we also, all ages 2 and under are always free. So it's actually fairly easy to make a day out of it at the park because we also allow reentry. So like say, halfway through, we don't allow outside food and beverage. That's the one thing. So if you do want to come in like with a bottle of water, that's fine. Or like like an empty reusable bottle, that's fine. But just generally, we don't allow food and beverage. And so we allow you to re-enter though. So like halfway through the day, you want to go get food. If you don't want to eat at our parks, we do offer concessions. But if you want to leave and, go have a big meal somewhere, we offer that. Like re-entry is super helpful, especially if you forgot stuff, because I am constantly forgetting things in my car. But yeah, we have a lot of really cool stuff at the parks themselves, but we like to be open enough to the communities. We want to make sure that they're also, of course, like affordable and easy to attend. So we do a lot of like discount days, or, we'll try to do like the twilight discount things like closer to the end of the season. It really is just more for the community to come out. So we try to adjust it as we need to.
Oh, that's awesome. And just remember, if you leave the park and have a meal, we gotta wait 30 minutes before getting back in the pool.
Exactly. You gotta wait 30 minutes.
No,
I also
one
apologize for my dog's squeaky toy in the background because
no, that's perfectly fine.
That's real life though, people.
Yeah, come on. It's not really technically live, but we're still live recording.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that is so cool. I did not know about the re-entry thing. That is something cool, that it's so awesome that you could totally make a day out of it. And I did notice on the website you guys have availability for like renting cabanas, and then, like I had said earlier, I know a high school had rented out the whole facility. Would you be able to talk a little bit about some of that?
Sure. So we have Cabana Rentals. So like the individual cabanas that you see, I like to call them like our Las Vegas style like cabanas because they fit up to like 10 people.
Oh,
And you
nice.
can rent it for the entire day. Essentially, like I think it's $90 during the week and $110 during the weekend. But again, that gets you the cabana for the full day. Plus, I think it also gives you drink tickets. So we do have like non-alcoholic beverages that are included in that package.
Mhm.
We also do birthday packages. So like if you want to bring your kid in, we do allow, that's the only time we allow food in is with like a cake or cupcakes that you want to distribute. But also includes like drinks and includes a cabana. It's a whole
Oh,
package.
nice.
And then also, I mean, kind of the most exciting thing is I think in the future for like the next season, we're planning on doing a lot of really cool things at the parks, including private events and public events. Chapoteo, again, I go back to it, but Chapoteo just has this really cool building next door that is essentially you can use for like any private party. So like you want to have a birthday there or like a corporate thing for like your business. It's separate from the park, like it's attached to the park, but it's
Mhm.
a separate building. So you're kind of out of it. You can kind of go back and forth really easily, but it's a really cool like event space to rent
That
out.
that does sound really cool.
Mhm. Yeah, and we also have a lot of cool grass area at some of the parks. So like in the future, we're hoping to do some really cool like, music on the lawn style events or like after hours swimming, night swimming, stuff like that.
Nice. That's awesome.
Going ham on that.
I know, right? No, but it's awesome. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
He
It's
does
all
this.
good.
It's funny too, because like this is my morning every day. It's just like me
It's
trying to conduct business and him squeaking.
nice. No, you can't ruin the routine. You can't ruin the routine. So as far as and then like I know we're kind of late. We're kind of late the kind of in the middle of September now, but can you talk a little about when, how long, if they have, if no, if you have, if the public hasn't been and want to go out to the water parks, when's the last days until you guys close for the season?
Sure. So the park after Labor Day, it works on a schedule of Saturday, Sunday only. So we actually had our last Friday this past weekend, which was yesterday, which is crazy. I'm losing all ideas of days nowadays. But yeah, so we moved to just Saturdays and Sundays only.
Mhm.
And the park will function essentially every Saturday and Sunday until the end of September. So they have, I think, until the 26th, I think is the last Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So that's coming up fairly soon, but they can always look forward to like when our season starts. We're probably going to run about the same time frame, which is about Memorial Day to Labor Day. So you should expect it kind of ramping back up next Memorial Day.
Oh, no problem. And then I probably should ask this a little earlier, but I wanted to ask. I mean, what are some of the? Could you talk a little bit of some of the differences between the parks? Like I know some parks have different features,
Sure.
and I know themes and features, but can you talk a little bit about some of the different water features some of the parks have?
Sure. So I think one of the most standout pieces of the parks is at Oasis.
Mhm.
We have the first surf simulation machine in El Paso.
Nice.
So that's a pretty cool thing, especially if you're a little adventurous. I don't think I would do it, but other people love it. I don't have the gall to get on one of those things, but it's a pretty cool. I've seen people get on it and like splash into it. It's really it's cool. It's a really cool way to do it. And it's funny too. We always get people like, "Hey, can I bring my own surfboard?" I'm like, "No, no, no. Like we're not at that
It
level
doesn't
of
work like that.
yeah, we're not regulated to like other surfboards, but it's a really cool like feature specifically for Oasis.
Mhm.
Camp Cohen, I think Camp Cohen is definitely more like family driven, like the way that it's laid out, the
Right.
way that it looks, like it's more, of course, camp themed. So it just has these really cool, like, I don't know, like a kid focused like animal features, and it's more fun. It's like kids to teenagers would really enjoy that park.
Mhm.
Chapoteo, like I said, I like that one the most. I think it's the most like loungy, like you can just kind of kick back and like relax. It has stuff for each park has stuff for kids, like it
Mhm.
has a kiddie pool, it has a leisure pool, like a rock wall. But again, each one kind of has its own piece that makes it specific for the parks. Lost Kingdom also is pretty cool. It has this like double kid wave slide into like one of their main pools. And that one's pretty fun. I've been on it a couple times. It's pretty fun.
Oh, nice.
It's not just for kids. The parks aren't just for kids. I swear to God, I have so much fun riding rides there.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it turns everyone into a kid, I guess, huh?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we want to do. We want to bring you back to childhood.
Oh no, that's awesome. And I can't wait to see what you guys have planned for next season. Sounds like you guys have a lot of stuff. And is there, if someone's looking for information, where's the best place you would suggest for someone to look up the information for the remaining season and any other information and events you guys have coming up this year, next season?
Sure. So our website is epwaterparks.com. You can also, of course, like follow us on social media. Each park has its individual pages. So the 4 parks, just to kind of reiterate, are Camp Cohen, Lost Kingdom, Chapoteo, and Oasis. So if you search any of those through social media, you should be able to find them pretty easily. We post a lot about it. Like the main thing too is weather updates or anything that's happening in real time at the park. We always post on social media. So we kind of encourage people to follow us there. Of course, the website has, like ticketing, Cabana Rentals, everything like that, contact. But again, the quickest source of information is going to be probably through social media. If you're visiting the park that day.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, if there's ever a rain out, like if we ever have any weather issue, if you bought a ticket for that day, you're also able to use it any other day. So it is automatically activated for another day if we get rained out and we have to close the park. So
that sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm. we don't want to miss out.
I was going to mention too before I interrupt you. I apologize, but I was looking at the couple. I think it was either Oasis, one of the ones on the east side that you guys posted that you guys had closed it due to the rain. So that is so cool that you guys can do that and do that in real time. But yeah, so I will include all that information in the description below so everyone can follow you guys on social media and check out the website if they have any questions. Or I can't thank you enough for joining me today. Is there anything else you'd like to add or talk about that we missed before we end today?
I mean, obviously EP Water Parks is such a huge part of us. I also handle El Paso Live, which is like venue management, El Paso events downtown. So your Abraham Chavez, your Plaza Theater. So if they ever want information about upcoming events, go to elpasolive.com, or again, follow us on social media. But we have some really cool events coming up. We're very excited to be back into our venues, safely, of course, but we're excited to be back.
And I will probably have you on if you have the time for talk about that too. That'd be so cool if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, we could talk about fall events. We're hoping to announce our new Broadway season soon. So, in the future, if we want to talk about Broadway, I'm always down to talk about Broadway.
For sure. I think my oldest daughter's old enough where she would go and enjoy it. So I think we could finally go. Just maybe not the little one yet.
Yeah. Yeah, no, sometimes it's harder for them to sit through the 2.5 hour production.
The last time we had went to New York, we didn't go because we thought she was too young to sit through it, and I didn't want her not to enjoy it or be able to remember it, so we ended up not going. So, but I think something like that would be a good experience.
Oh, totally.
Oh, well, Lauren, thank you so much for joining me today. Again, I'll include all the information for the El Paso Water Parks and El Paso Live in the description below. Follow them on social media. And I will. That's it. I'm excited. I'm gonna try to hit out one of the water parks before the season's over with the kiddos.
Yeah, you should totally do it. I mean, this weekend we're open.
No, we'll totally try to hit it up. I really appreciate it, Lauren. Thank you so much for joining me today.
No problem.
All right, have a good week.
You too.